Greetings everyone, +4 Charisma here, and today I am joined by Ben, my friend Ben.
I have a last name too, but the internet will never know it.
Never know mine either. Okay, let's try that again though.
Okay, sure.
That was really weird. Okay.
Which part was weird? Your part or my part?
Mostly me.
Okay.
Mostly my face. Greetings, +4 Charisma here, and today I am joined by my friend Ben to open
War of the Spark Mythic Edition.
Woo! Before we open it up, there's some controversy surrounding War of the Spark Mythic Edition, of which Ben has knowledge of.
Well, as most people who were involved in trying to buy any of these, or people who are denizens of the internet, either in Reddit or Twitter or any other form of social media, will know, there were only supposed to be 12,000 copies of War of the Spark Mythic Editions were sold on Hasbro's eBay store, which is really random and has a long story of its own. Hasbro Toy Shop had their own store, but it was crashed by the first Mythic Edition that they tried to sell, way blowing their servers away when so many people tried to buy it really fast. And so then they transitioned to the eBay client to sell the Mythic Editions for the second and third ones. The second one didn't sell very well because I think the Plainswalkers weren't really popular that were in it. And so it took a few days for it to sell out. But this one had two of the most popular Plainswalkers in the history of Magic in it, in foil, in masterpiece versions. It was projected by people who play Magic to sell out really fast, and indeed it did. So I and a bunch of my friends and thousands of other people around the world tried to get onto the eBay Hasbro Toy Shop at 3 p.m. on May 1st, I think it was, last week, right when it was dropped, to try to buy a copy of it. Everyone was limited to buy a maximum of 2 copies. So when I first tried to buy it, I was only allowed to buy 1. It wouldn't let me change the quantity to 2. I thought that was weird. So I was trying to buy it on a browser link to eBay. So immediately after I completed that purchase, I went into my eBay app and I tried to buy another one. And as it turns out, that is what led to me getting one at all here today, because the original listing that everyone tried to buy off of when it dropped at 3 p.m. was actually canceled and closed out and has led to all the controversy now. And when I went back in a minute later, just a minute later, to the eBay app, it was actually a new listing, even though I thought it was the same listing, and I was able to successfully buy one. And then subsequently they sold, I don't remember the exact number, somewhere between 30 and 50,000 copies of it, even though there were only 12,000 of them.
Right.
And so that led to a lot of people being really, really angry because they spent the money that a lot of people by this time on May 9th have still not gotten refunded, which seems bizarre. They felt like they should get one, but Wizards has made it a hard limit at 12,000, and this is one of the 12,000. And since all of the Mythic Edition Masterpiece Plainswalkers that are in it, of which there are 8, are only going to be made in this, that means there's only going to ever be 12,000 of them, which means that it's a really unique item. And now, subsequently to them selling out so fast and all the controversy, the box by itself, I think, is going on eBay for north of $1,000, like $1,200.
Yeah. Last I checked, it was fluctuating today. Mm-hmm. Earlier today, it was around 1,000. A little bit later, you could get one for 900, and it keeps it goes up and down throughout the day right now.
Yeah, and the two big chase cards too that are driving the price up are Jace the Mind Sculptor and Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. And people have even gone to the point where they're selling copies of the Mythic Edition sans those 2 cards. So without those 2 cards specifically, and they're still selling it, or listing it at least, for $700 or $800, I think, which is crazy. And
so last time I checked tcgplayer.com, Jace the Mind Sculptor was around $382, and Ugin was, I want to say, at least $250. So
oh yeah, last I saw was like around $200. So
yeah, so they're up there, and
yeah.
You know, if you paid a little bit shy of $250 for the box, then there you go. Right,
$268 plus tax, and the tax actually was the sales tax is the crazy part, because that was the whole reason that this thing happened. The original listing that eBay put up for Hasbro, I guess, didn't have sales tax charged properly to it. And so when I bought the first one, I wasn't charged sales tax, and I was like, oh, that's cool, no sales tax. And then when I bought the second one, I got charged sales tax, and I was like, oh, dang, I got charged sales tax. But, you know, now it turns out that extra $18 was a fine price to pay, because nobody else that I know got one.
Yeah, on that note, Philosopher Games was one of those people that tried to order it at first online and failed, and now he doesn't have a box, so
sad boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now Ben gets to open the War of the Spark Mythic Edition with me, so
I'm coming for you, Philosopher Games.
Alright, yeah, he'll see that, so.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific cards that you're hoping to get other than Planeswalkers when you open the decks?
So, as you can see by all the stuff behind me, this is my basement, by the way, not +4 Charisma and Philosopher Games house.
Unfortunately. It's pretty cool setup he's got here.
Yeah, so I don't open sealed product, actually. I collect it, and kind of my intention is that someday when my kids are grown up, I only have one of them now, but hopefully we'll have multiple kids, and they'll be like, we want to draft a set from when you started playing Magic, Dad, or something like that. And I'll be like, awesome, let's pull out like Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, you know, in like the 2030s, and I'll have a box of it, and then we can draft it then. So it's kind of like a long-term plan, but I think it'll be really cool to be able to draft something that's so old. Like, if you can imagine, if we could draft like Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, or Legends now, it will be like that far apart then. So, I don't know. So that's kind of my philosophy behind it. I never actually intended to open the War of the Spark thing, except for the Plainswalker packs to get the Plainswalkers out. So all of these fat packs up here, I don't know if you can see them on the stream, those are all my loose prize packs from every pre-release or tournament that I've gone to. I don't open the prize packs, I just put them in there. So I have 12 fat packs there, or I guess they're called bundles now or something. Mm-hmm. And they each have a booster's box worth of loose packs in them from sets from the last 10 years, as long as I've been playing. So that's like 36 times 12, 432 packs, I think. Anyways, so it's a bunch of loose packs that I'd like to do a chaos draft with sometimes, or if I have friends over and we're going to do like an EDH tournament or something, I'll just throw some of those packs in as prize packs, things like that. Long answer. Right. I'm not hoping to get a single thing out of this. Except
Jason Mugen.
Yeah.
And the other ones. All right.
Which I will then promptly put on eBay.
There's a dog down here, by the way.
Yeah, we'll show him to you guys later. He's sort of a dog. He's mostly alien.
He's almost like a
Moose,
cat
come
for
here.
how small he is. So.
Hey, Moose.
That's okay.
Come here. Okay.
So that's the dog.
This is Moose.
Moose.
Yeah. It's actually his Mythic Edition. Snort? You snorting? Okay.
Hi. He's like, I don't know who you are.
What next?
Well, you ready to open the Plainswalker packs then?
Yeah, let's open the Plainswalker packs.
Alright, here we go.
Let's see if we can...
Is it that sharp?
Here,
right,
it's sharp enough from the...
Okay.
Okay, it's sharp enough from here. Oh, I haven't sharpened this in a long time. Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. Sheath.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were trying to stab me at first. Like, well. Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, it's upside down.
Oh. Shrink wrapped with wizards.
Okay, smaller knife now.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't work at all.
Maybe try slipping it in this way.
Yeah. That's what she said. Sorry.
Oh my god. And just pull it off. Alright. That actually might make a better picture.
Yeah, that looks really nice, actually.
Yeah, it does. So pretty.
Yeah, it is some premium packaging. Okay.
Alright.
Ooh.
I like the green.
Yeah.
I love the color. Philosopher Games and I do is we divvy them up, and then we have a little running tally, and whoever
who opens the most?
Yeah.
The most money.
Yeah, wins. So
wins. Okay.
Yes. So
well,
I've won all of them so far.
I'm playing for you, Philosopher Games.
So I've won all of them so far, actually, that we've done on the channel.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me mix them up a little more then.
Last time I opened up Liliana, and that pretty much sealed the deal.
You opened 2 Lilianas.
I did open 2 Lilianas.
I watched those videos. That was crazy.
That was fun times. Yeah.
Ooh, got a makeshift battalion, which is one of the funniest cards in the set, because there's an ability in Magic called Battalion that the attacking creature triggers if it attacks with 2 other creatures, and makeshift battalion literally has a triggered ability that happens when it attacks with 2 other creatures, so it's a makeshift battalion. It's a pun in a card.
Those are the best.
We won't do that for every common. My dog is sleeping in the background. This is actually the uncommons in this set are actually the real success of the set, I think, because there are some really great uncommons, and traditionally uncommons have been kind of overlooked, I would say, in the last decade, but they used to be really fantastic cards. Like Sensei's Divining Top is an uncommon, Force of Will was an uncommon. Those are both like hallmarks. D-Spark is a really great removal card, actually. Nissa's Triumph is fantastic. Here's our Plainswalker in the Plainswalker slot. Single combat. Ooh, our first one. I got Nicol Bolas Godpharaoh, who I think is a cool $100-something probably.
Yeah, I did have it. I had looked it up, but I have it on my phone. Actually.
It looks pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I love the purple in the background. That's really neat.
Yeah, and you know what? These are way flatter than this foiling process usually is, I feel like. And it's not nearly as... It doesn't look as terrible as the From the Vault cards usually do. Those are like some of the most... Actually, this is a different foiling process. If I hold it like this, I can see. So it definitely has the vertical reflectivity going on that you can see there, but it doesn't have the curl of the From the Vault, which is nice. It's totally flat, and it's a multi-layer foiling process, because even though the reflective lines go vertically all the way through it, I can see Bolas in the art in front of the foiling behind him. So you see that contrast? So this is actually a much more nicely foiled card than these usually are. That's a really pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that's really neat. Womp womp. I failed.
The what?
I had the Plainswalker prices, the current
I can
prices,
pull them up while you do that.
But so let me make sure that these are in focus here. So we got Gideon's Triumph for our uncommon Neoform. Nahiri, Storm of Stone. Parhelion 2.
Parhelion 2. Oh, cool.
And then Nahiri, the Harbinger.
She's one of the Planeswalkers they included to drag the price down. Although she's good in a deck with like Emrakul, but she's not super expensive otherwise. She's one of the less expensive ones.
Still pretty cool though.
Yeah, definitely.
She kind of looks like a dark elf.
Nicol Bolas is around $140.
Not bad.
Nahiri is $55. So
cool.
That's one for me and Philosopher Games, and
why you gotta be on his team?
0 for you.
Rude.
Okay. Here we go. Pack number 3. Number 2 for me. The uncommons. Eternal Taskmaster. This card is actually kind of cool. It keeps coming back to life. One of the best Plainswalkers for sure in the set. Soren. And Gideon Blackblade. Masterpiece. Again, really crispy and flat. These look great, actually. I think this is the best supplemental product foiling I've ever seen. It's awesome.
Alright. +4 charisma. Apparently against Ben and Philosopher Games.
I'll look up Gideon while you open that one.
Alright.
Gideon is $70. I'm at a cool 230 and you're at 55. Could blow me away right here with a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Hotly Raptor. Rally of Wings. Samut Tyrant.
It looks like Jace.
Living Twister.
Nope, it's Tezzeret. Oh, the other blue one.
So, wah wah.
Wah,
Still
wah.
pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, it's amazing actually. I actually do want this one too for a deck. So my friend MJ, who might watch this, potentially selling me a Altered Candelabra of Thanos.
Nice.
Which if I get, I will definitely be adding into the same deck that I would be putting this Tezzeret in, since he can search for it. So, all right, my next one. Which of you is Jace? We've gone 50% of the way and no Jace so far. I'm gonna go with this one.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not used to making content. Bulwark Giant, Soren's a thirsty guy. Obnixilis is cruelty. There's definitely a lot of flavor in this set. Saheeli, uncommon Plainswalker. Dreadhorde Invasion. So this is, I forget what they're calling it. It's the Bitter Blossom of the set. Zombie Blossom or something. Kind of cool. And Garruk, Apex Predator. I actually love this Plainswalker a lot too. He's really cool. 4 abilities, which is not a common thing for Plainswalkers. Man, these cards are just completely flat, which is... Oh, and here's Garruk's emblem. All of the Plainswalkers that make emblems come with their emblems in these packs, which is kind of a neat inclusion.
Alright, I think I'm going to go with this one right here.
Is that the one with Jace or Ugin?
Oh,
wouldn't it be crazy if we got down to the last 2?
That would be,
and they were
but
both
then one
Jace
of us
and Ugin?
has to get that, so...
Yeah.
We'll
Let me look up Garruk while you're doing that.
make sure that this is focusing.
Garruk is 55, so these two nick each other out.
Hawkeyes Raptor again. Dovin's Veto. Teo, Shield Mage. Plain Wide Celebration. Oh, well, there's
You got Ugin.
The Spirit Dragon.
Wow.
So there's that. It's pretty cool artwork going on there.
Yeah, so I wanted him for my colorless EDH deck, and I've been wanting to get a foil Ugin for years. I've had this deck for probably 4 or 5 years, and just never pulled the trigger on getting a pack foil one. And then they came out with this, and I was like, oh, seems great.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
So
will he get Jace?
So actually, since these two cancel each other out, my 3 are approximately the same price, or a little more than Ugin. So I have to get Jace here, or you win.
All right. I mean, well, that would be obvious because Jace would.
Yeah, because Jace is
'cause
worth
then I'd
more
get
than all of
Jace.
us. Because
Yeah.
then you would get Jace, yeah. But so who
will get Jace?
Well, who remains? What's the other Plainswalker that's still outstanding? It is Sarkhan, the dud of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a cool Plainswalker, but it's very specific to a dragon deck.
Is that the one with the the dude with long hair and mustache?
Yeah, Davriel, Parhelion 2 again. And
nice.
I got Sarkhan.
Suck it!
So we opened 8. So we opened 8 packs, and Jace the Mind Sculptor is going to be the last one. Amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
I think that sorry.
What a perfect way to end it,
Yeah.
but unbelievable.
But Ben did not come through for you, Philosopher Games.
She's already gloating.
I'm still...
Already gloating.
Well, that's because I know, right? Alright.
Baby.
Bond of Passion. Dovin's Veto. Tasmina. God Eternal.
Finally got a mythic.
Yeah.
And
there you go. Jace the Monster.
wow, that is super dark. You were right, MJ. So again, my friend MJ, who's interested in these cards too, and I were talking about it, and he was wondering how dark it was. And that is really dark. Might just be the lighting in here, but it's definitely kind of hard to...
Maybe not as dark as my soul, but you know. There. Make sure it's focusing on that. That was our opening of the Plainswalkers. Ben is going to keep the other packs for his future children. So we're just opening these, but...
Without counting it up, you definitely win.
Yeah.
Having opened Ugin and Jace.
Yeah, it's almost though not really necessary to count it up because the prices fluctuate so much right now, I think.
Yeah, but nothing else is ever going to be worth more than these two.
Well, right. So
for sure.
Obviously I win.
Yeah, because Ugin's a mainstay of modern Tron decks and probably in Legacy too, if people are playing that in Legacy. And Jace has always been a staple of Legacy decks and just one of the most popular cards ever printed. So
I hope you enjoyed that opening of Ben's awesome War of the Spark Mythic Edition Plainswalkers.
And thank you for opening the most expensive ones.
Oh, wow.
And sorry, Philosopher Games, for not repping the side very well.
Well, you know, it usually happens.
It does seem to go that way for you. You have the magic touch.
I do, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks again to Ben. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up, like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you hated the video, drop a comment, and I'll make fun of you for hating it.
Play EDH and be kind.
Yeah. That.